Money on my mind, money on my mind. I don't have money on my mind, I do it for the love. Today's topic, gratuity. Tips. Welcome to another episode of Massage Chair Chat. Let's talk money, gratuity. I know many of you out there celebrating spending your money in different places. I'm not going to harp. This isn't going to be some video talking about where you're spending it, if you're spending it with black folks, if you're spending it with white folks, if you're supporting black businesses. People spend money when they want, where they want. You have no control over where they spending money. It's like anything else in life. Grown people are going to do what grown people want to do. Either they want to support you or they don't. Either your family is going to support you or they won't. Either your friends or co-workers or whoever that you feel have known you, have, been involved in the process of your product or the service that you offer. They know you personally. They don't know the owners of all these other people, but they're willing to spend their money with people that they don't even know rather than you. Now, here's what I've come to understand about that. People in your closest circle more than likely or in your competitive circle. See, we get confused. Close circles, you assume, oh, they're my close circle. They should know me. They should support me. They should. Now, some people do. Many people do, right? But there is this thing about this competitive, who's going to come up before me or who's going to outshine your close circle, but they're also in your competitive circle, which makes it a little more difficult for people to come out that hard-earned cash. Because then the possibility of you outshining, outdoing, and then you post it up on Facebook or you post it up and you're, on vacation. But for many of us, we could care less. You want good service. You pay for good service. And if you know there's someone who is creating a business and they're working hard to make it what it is, you want to be a part of that. You take pride on being part of their come up. Now, there are many of us like that. We are proud to be part of the come up. I get kicks out of just knowing that, I was with you when we were discussing this when you didn't have shit. You didn't have anything. You remember we were talking about this? We had pen in hand. We were brainstorming at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and how you were going to rock this and how you were going to do that. Now, of course, there are those who go Hollywood after that. They spend all night planning and plotting, taking your ideas, you know what I'm saying, but not giving you any credit for it, you know what I'm saying. There are a lot of people that do that too. But this video is not about that. This video is about gratuity. What should one tip a massage therapist? Got my shirt here. I was trying to have a massage theme. Yes. Some people want to comment on, it's thicky thick. Yes, I am up and down. I'm a Janet. You know what I'm saying? You see me now, I may be thick. You see me another time, I might be slim. That's just the way it is. Life is up and down. Don't stress over. I keep all kind of sizes from, no longer the 6s. I'm not going back to a 6. Hell to no. Not at almost 50. Who wants to be a size 6 at 50 years old? Maybe somebody does. So let me tell you, somebody may want to be a 6 at 50. I don't want to be a size 6 at 50 years old, okay? However, 8s, 10s, 12s, and I haven't quite gone back to a 12. I'm pushing a 10 right now. I'm a 10. A 10 is snug, because I'm bottom heavy, you know what I mean? That's that Hayes trait, what can I do about that? I've had a lot of sugar today. But yes, I have my shirt on, and I'm not going to sit here and try to hold my stomach in the whole time because January will be here, and then I'll go through my cleanse, and I just might decide to, get slender and sexy with it. But right now, thicky thick with it. Okay, who's disguising? I don't have time to try to figure out what the camera tricks are to make me look smaller. Who has time for all that? Okay, this is about gratuity massage chair chat. What should one tip a therapist for his or her service? Now, You're free to tip or not tip. That's your choice. That's the first thing. It's your choice, right? I have clients who tip. I don't have here any chart that says what you should tip. Tip what you feel. Pun intended. So the tip is icing. It's the icing on the massage table, right? It's that piece that you show gratitude. It's monetary, of course. Now, hey, don't get it twisted. Gift cards, lunch. You can add, in the case of my business, there may be something else you might want to add on top of that, on top of the cost of the session, that shows your appreciation for your therapist, because you should take care of your people. That's just right. It's just right that you take care of those who take care of you. We do it in every other industry. When you pay for something retail, boo-boo, trust and believe, you already know that price is so inflated. We know it. We know we pay for name brands, things that are really worth $20, but we're paying $200 for it. You know, you go in knowing that you're being ripped off, but we pay it, right? Because that's what we want. So the people that are good to you, I'm not even going with the fact that they're black businesses, because we already know sometimes black businesses are not always good to black people. That's the truth. So we need to hold them to a higher standard, or to a standard, and not just lower the standard of the bar just because they're black. So I'm not even coming at you as a black business. I'm coming at you as a sister who puts her all into her business, who really does work hard for her client. So whatever you leave, I do appreciate. I really do. But the base, I'm just talking to those who might not even know. They just really don't know. Because, sometimes black people, we go to a restaurant, not all black people, but many of us, there may be some other people. I'm just talking about black people, because when I've been out eating with black people, sometimes that's the case. Some of us know to calculate, they were pretty good, base 20%. Some people count the heads of the people at the table. Oh, it's 10 of us, that's $10. Let's stop it. It's not $10 because there are 10 people. We don't count $1 per head to show, how much to pay the server, or wait for an opportunity for them to mess up so that now we no longer have to tip. The truth of the matter is we rely on tips and gratuity as part of our livelihood, our income. However you choose to look at it, you are still paying for a service, but you're also taking care of the people who take care of you, because you need them to be taken care of in order for them to take care of you. So gratuity, yes, it's totally up to you. 20% as a base. Go up from there. If you can't afford the 20%, do what you can. So that's the whole thing on tips, because, unfortunately, black people have and it's not just, I'm going to tell you, even though black people are said to be, to be poor tippers, it's true. We are known to be very poor tippers. Anybody out there that works in service, anybody who knows, who can speak to this, they know, whether they want to admit it or not, we're known to be poor tippers. And because we're known to be poor tippers, people like me and probably other people, we over tip. We overdo it. It's like, I want to make up for, or you just want to not be that person. I don't want to be that black person that doesn't tip, because you know how hard it is. You know that, people really do depend on that as part of their income. People do tip along racial lines as well. So we're not going to just say all black people don't tip. We know that there are white people who tip according to what skin color you are. I'm not going to even just say that's a white thing, because here's what I mean. If you're a black person who goes into an establishment and you want to make it clear, make it known that you can afford to be there, and, even if your service is poor, you might tip white people just because you want to prove that you can afford it, or you can prove, there's some need to establish a certain class or a certain, point to be made that, hey, I can afford this. And like I said, the service can be poor, versus tipping a black person something, it's like you don't really have anything to prove to them, or maybe they have to work a little harder to prove themselves versus the white person who just didn't hardly do anything, but you gave them a good tip because you don't want them talking about you, but you don't care about your own people talking about you, because again, we are a reflection of each other. How you feel about yourself is, maybe how you feel about that other person. And if we're dealing with self-hatred and some other things, it's across the board. It happens in all industries. It happens in life. Depending on how you feel about yourself, that's how we operate in any industry. It doesn't matter what it is. If you don't, love on yourself as much, or those that look like you, then it's reflected in everything that you do, especially when it comes to your money. So green is the theme for today. And green is what makes things go around in the world. So we want to make sure that we are tipping our people, that we are taking care of them, that we are not being cheap because we know we got it. Yeah, you got it. So I'm comfortable with asking for it. So I am asking that you tip your people in addition to paying your people. Tip your people. Tip and pay. I know there's some history about tipping, but that doesn't apply to us today in terms of it being an insult. We're not insulted by a tip, okay? So don't bring that, the history of tipping, that's against you. Come on now. Don't let that be the reason why you're not tipping. Show us the money. And those of you that are in business, don't be afraid to get the money. We have to be comfortable with getting our money because they are spending it and they are giving it. And yes, we need it. We need it. We need it. We're in a capitalist society. It is what it is. You can be black, you can love on your people still, and still get paid and still get money. All right? You can be in church, okay, and still love money because you need it. Okay? There's a spirituality to money. There's a balance. We're not talking about greed. We're talking about simply being paid for service.